Good morning, traders and investors. Once more, welcome back to the Before the Bell edition of WealthTown. We're going to run down the markets, do a rundown of the markets, take a look at the major indices, take a look at gold, take a look at silver, Bitcoin, oil, so far and so on. Also, we had a couple of good earnings, and we're just going to analyze the markets as always, if there are any kind of trade setups for today. So the market is having a little bit of a bounce back. As you can see here, the yellow line is actually the futures. So basically the market is poised to open up on a really positive side, coming up from 662 on the SPY to 670. 8 points is the SPY up. Now, I don't think it's over. We are currently above, so we are going to open up above the 50-day moving average. But the MACD is still in the sell signal. The RSI is trying to turn around here. Let's see how the market A opens, B ends, and what kind of economic news we're going to get over these 2 days that are left in this week. Friday's major options expiration day. So check those options if they want to close them or not. Take care of not being assigned any kind of stocks you don't want to own. Now the triple Qs here, the NASDAQ is also up massively. Well, not massively, but it's up 10 points in the pre-market, opening up nicely in the green there. Also over its 50-day moving average. Gold, well, gold kind of had of a sell-off yesterday and still continuing down, but it's holding steady on the 20-day moving average. And this is what I want to talk about. I could see myself open a position in gold. If we go to the options chain of GLD, I could see myself selling either puts if the expected move, way underneath the expected move, because this would cost you at one standard deviation is going to cost you 5,000. So that's an expensive one. You could try and go ahead in something more affordable like the gold miners, GDX that is, and maybe there for the 19th of December sell this beautiful 67 strike with currently yielding 72. I was risking 670 to get 72. I would much rather well, it's over 10%, let's say like that in 1 month, but I would love to see here a 1 in front of this. So if we get the possibility, I could see myself selling even higher at the 69, risking, let's see here at the 68, yeah, getting almost $1, risking 679. This would be far better. So I would just try to get $1 for 1 month. That's $100 and risking not that much here. Now, if you get assigned, don't forget you have to have the rest of that $68,000 that you would now $6,800 that you would well owe. So take care with this. You could also try a leap. Go here to January and just buy this. The 53, go down, sell the. Now I would be careful here. I would sell outside one standard deviation. Sell this. This would cost you $2,641, bringing in 77, actually more, 80-ish dollars in the month, but you can then repeat this circle. Okay, now let's move on to silver. And once again, the reason for this being that at 300, let's just change this to GLD, to GDX. Don't forget that the 74, 73s are super resistance lines where I would expect a bounce back from that. Now the MACD is currently still in the buy signal, trying to go even higher. So this is still a bullish trend. So 73, 76, and 74, the 73 and the 74 are pretty good supports currently for the GDX, for the gold miners at this moment. Also, let's take a look at silver. Silver pulling back here, or it's going to open in a bit of a red zone, but it has so much support underneath of it. Now selling here a 43, let's see where this would get us. The SLV on the 1 month, not much. It's barely $30 and you would risk 410. So the gold trade is much better here. Now let's go to oil. USO, the ETF. Also, let's change it here. Oil is having another green day. Now on this kind of days, it would be much better. Also, you can see in the pre-markets, yesterday it closed at 70. Now it's opening up at 71.54 and hitting that 71 moving average right above it. 71.70 is the 20-day moving average, and it's the first resistance line. So can oil hold up here, or would it be better to just sell a put down here? But the probabilities are even higher that it's going to hit resistance. It has a lot of resistance above its head, hits resistance and comes back down. So maybe the better strategy would be again to buy the leap, go to the January 1 year, have the 1 year out January, 15th of January, buy this little fellow right here, the 50 strike, and bring it down and sell against it the 59 or the 70 strike with carrying, well, $70, but still, just take a look at this. You would need $2,372 to make this trade an effective buying power. The gold trade, once again, seems much better than the oil trade, just for this setup. Also try the XLE ETF, which is the Spider Energy ETF. Let's just take a look here at 29 days. How much would it cost us? 1,000 to get 53. That's not good. So let's just sell again. Wow, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Even if you would sell this and go outside, but let's just let the market open. I don't see any kind of good trades for now in XLE. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. I'm going to go to the IBIT ETF. Now, yesterday, after its pullback, once again, IBIT, boom, major bounce here. Jumped up 2.0, well, actually 1 point something, but that's it. That is a really good jump. Let's just track here in 1 day, 3.9% with respect Bitcoin, 3.9% in 1 day, actually 1 evening because it's after the bell and right now before the opening bell. So let's see what Bitcoin does. Now I already have an IBIT LEAP open, so I have bought. You can see I have the 400, the January 15, 2027. So I could sell against it now. Some juicy. Check this out. Getting 71 and well, risking nothing because it balances out with my long call there. So selling this call would bring in 71, or even if I risk the 104, but this is not right. The strike price did not go up here. It should be at, take a look at the price. This is 50, 52. So this should be up here. This means that these are no longer correct. So I should be somewhere here in the 61. So let the market open. It's going to push itself upwards and going to free up the 61 and 60s for me to purchase them and hopefully do not get assigned to them or the strike price never reach them. If I'm going to be in some kind of difficulty, then I'm just going to take my stuff and run. Roll over, that is, or roll out. Let's go through Ethereum now. Symbol ETHA. That is iShares Ethereum. Now it's kind of tracking Bitcoin. So once again, jumped up there. Take a measure here of 4%. 4% almost on Ethereum. Let's see if we can get some kind of good strikes on Ethereum. Now, don't forget that this is it. Ethereum is going to turn around now and go for a bullish market, because if you take a look on the weeklies, maybe we can see much better what is going on here. This is going to hit that green line there. It's going to be hard for Ethereum. Now it's currently above the Ichimoku cloud. Change this to the dailies. It's underneath the Ichimoku cloud. So this is going to have a lot to work here. The best strategy, my opinion, would be to buy a leap and then sell against it. But I would wait for a red day once more. If you don't already own it, wait for a red day, buy and sell against it then. Okay, so NVIDIA had its earnings. I already created a video about NVIDIA and definitely check that out. Just going to do the short version. NVIDIA reported earnings. NVIDIA beat earnings. NVIDIA reported guidance, and the guidance is great. Everything is okay. The bulls are back in NVIDIA. Let's go NVIDIA. I wouldn't buy the stock right here. Check out the video for more details. Moving along to another stock, Palo Alto Networks. It's a PANW, major player in the security, not security, but yes, securitization of the internet. Major pullback on Palo Alto Networks. Now, exactly as you can see here, I would love to add to this, but somewhere on the 180 days, even the 190 days, even the 190 strike would be just enabled. Now, this is the weekly. Let's go to the daily. It hit its head on the 180 yesterday. Now, today it's opening up and will hit the 200-day moving average. So this is the possibility to, for me, this would be the possibility to add just a pinchy bit of Palo Alto Network to open a trade in it. I love this stock. I own it multiple times, sold it multiple times. Great company, but I would prefer another one I'm going to show you right now, and that is CRWD, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is for me the favorite. So if CrowdStrike ever comes down to this 200-day moving average, I will be buying the heck out of that stock, I can say right now. But Palo Alto Network, at its current conditions, it would be a nibble for me. I can see buying some Palo Alto Network. or even, so let's go again to Palo Alto Network, sell a put on the 190s. That would be even better. And after that, sell a put out of 177. So if you go to Palo Alto Network, ticker symbol PANW, let's see what kind of strike prices we get here on the monthly. One standard deviation, the 175, you would get almost 200, risking 2000. Now, this is a really interesting trade right here. Once again, 170 down here, 170. If you move outside of one standard deviation, now if you want to risk it, 175. Be assigned, be my guest, but the 170. Ooh, this is looking interesting. You would risk $1,700. Get $127, so not 10%, but this is interesting. Obviously, this would be a much better trade because, well, you would almost get the 10% in 1 month, and well, that's just great. Getting 10% in 1 month is extraordinary, but it is risky. If the market pulls back here, good risk to be assigned, but you will own a really good stock. Now, tomorrow, or actually today, we have Walmart reporting earnings before the bell, Zim reporting earnings before the bell. Then after the bell, we had INTU, Bull, Beef, Gap. Interesting companies reporting earnings today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Help out with the algorithm. Please, I want to grow this channel. I love this so much. I'm Norbert Menhardt. I build and protect wealth right here at WealthTown. Have a safe day. Catch you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.